Hey, what's up? My name is Warlock Dowling. I'm 15 and I never fucking learned how to read. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here because I have a giant fucking problem, okay? This is my dad. Well, I mean, not my actual dad, but I never really had any other dad, so he counts. I guarantee you he is nowhere near as cool as he thinks. Just look at him. The problem is that Dad and I had to move out of our old apartment because they raised the rent a bit too much for Dad to afford because he just owns a flower and plant shop. You know, we don't have a lot. So Dad's best friend, Auntie Anathema, said her neighbor had gotten stuck without a roommate in a duplex and was looking for one, so why don't we move in there? So we did. This is Az. He owns the duplex and lives in the downstairs house. His bit looks like a really, really messy bookshop from like the 1800s. He's a chef, so we get good food here at least. Works the fancy-ass restaurant downtown. His brother owns it. Guess it's been in the family forever. Az isn't so bad as far as housemates go, but this is the giant fucking problem. Az and my dad hate each other's guts. They had some kind of fight right as we were moving in, and it's just been horrible ever since. I mean, we still moved in, which is nice, because Az, needs the money too, and Az and I can get along just fine. But whenever Az walks into the room, my dad goes fucking ballistic, and vice versa. It's fucking awful. There's this grudge that just won't go away. The thing is, I can tell my dad would really like Az if he could just fucking chill out a bit. And I think Az would actually really like my dad. The holidays are coming up, and I don't want their stupid fucking fighting to ruin Winterfest. So, I've decided that it's my goal to make them get along before the holidays start. That's what this channel is all about. I'm going to record all of it so that I can roast the shit out of my dad later. So, this is my room. It's pretty cool as far as rooms go. It's not so bad. This is where I sit and record everything I'll be showing you. The top floor is all ours, although Az still likes to come up sometimes since Dad likes to wander in his room and move stuff around just to piss him off. Here's our bathroom. This is my dad's room. In here, he's very minimalist, so he just likes plants a lot. This is my dad's fancy bathroom, and then this is our game area, which is nice to have. When I have Adam or my other friends over, we like to sit here and just kind of hang out and do stuff. It's cool to have a space for that because we didn't have it in the last apartment. This is all the shared area. So yeah, Dad and Az have to see each other at like every fucking meal. This is ridiculous because every time they see each other, they just get more and more mad. So we have to share a TV, the fireplace, the kitchen, and the dining room. This is Az's area. Do you see what I mean with the fucking books? He lets me come in sometimes and use his computer or look through his bookshelves, which is really fucking cool. I know he and Dad are trying to have a truce around me, but I'm not a fucking baby. That's annoying. Anyway, this is where we live. This is our house. It's right next to downtown. Dad has a lot of room where he can grow his flowers and stuff. We have a nice little outdoor area, and the best part is it's not only right next to downtown, but it's right next to my best friend. So this is Adam.
Kangaroo.
Adam's been my best friend like forever, mostly because Dad and Auntie Anathema have been best friends forever too. Auntie Anathema and Uncle Newt aren't actually my actual aunt and uncle, but they might as well be, because my dad, Crowley, I guess, doesn't have any other family. Adam's family's pretty well off, and they've lived here forever. So you can see why I was pretty stoked to move in next door. And you can see why I'm so fucking pissed that Az and Dad are ruining it. Adam and I have sleepovers all the time here. And Uncle Newt lets us stay up late doing almost anything we could possibly want to do. Adam's place is pretty sweet. My game area is cool, but Adam always has the newest stuff. This is Uncle Newt. Sometimes people think he's boring, but that's just because he's super chill about everything a lot of the time. Anathema said he used to be a nervous wreck, like when they were just getting married, but he accepted there was so much out of his control that we might as well stop giving a fuck about a lot of things. It's actually really cool. I hope to have his level of coolness by the time I'm an adult. This is Auntie Anathema. She's a bit overbearing, but she's always been there for me and my dad, which is cool. She's like half witch, half hippie, and she writes self-help books, which I think is where they got a lot of their money. The books are hilarious if you actually know her. Adam's adopted too, Yeah, we were adopted around the same time. And that's how my dad and Anathema met and became best friends. I think that's pretty cool. Our other neighbors are two other kids that are in our club. We call it the them because Adam fucked up and said it at lunch once, and Wensley laughed so hard he cried, and Brian fell on the floor. They live here with their mom and two dads. Not really sure how that works. I don't even know if Miss Rydia is their mom or not, but Brian's dad fell in love with Wensley's dad. Jeremy's his name, but like nobody uses it. And they live here. Adam met them when they moved in, and that's how I know them. They're really pretty chill. This is Miss Rydia, who's their mom when they need a mom. This is Mr. Kane. And this is Mr. Edge. Mr. Edge is always trying to get us not to call him Mr., but it annoys him so much that we all do it on purpose. They're kind of our best friends outside of me and Adam. This is Brian. And this is Wensleydale. Pepper, here, is the other person in the them. She lives on the island with her moms, so she's a bit farther away. But there's a ferry and all, so it works out. Her one mom is super smart. Likes to make gadgets and design equipments and buildings and stuff like that. Her other mom is super, super tough and taught Pepper how to throw a punch when she was just a kid. I know this because she taught the rest of us how to throw a punch. The five of us are almost always together in school. We're mostly best friends. The five of us hang out all the time. We all get along really well, and it's really nice having so many friends so close. Nobody's parents really care what we do as long as they know that we're at one of our houses. That's really convenient also. So this is Az's brother and also his boss, which I guess is weird, but you know, I wouldn't know. That's Gabriel. He's not quite sure how to say this. Really, sorry Pepper. He's kind of a twat. But he has Az over for parties sometimes, and we got to go once. Their house is fucking weird. Like, something is just a little bit off about everything in their house. And I'm not really sure what that means. But, like, they have a fucking killer pool and backyard and everything, as long as you can ignore the really, really weird sculptures. So, like, see, if I can get my dad and Az to be friends, I can go use Gabe's pool more. This is Az's sister, Michael. She does something with the family business that I'm not really sure. I think it has to do with money and other stuff like that. But I'm not really sure. She's always trying to like interfere with the neighbors, and she always asks Dad really invasive questions when he comes over. I'm not really sure what that's about. This is their upstairs, which I'm not supposed to know about, but I snuck up there with Adam one time when we were at one of Gabe's parties and got to see the rest of their house. It's just kind of strange. They're just a bit weird. Gabriel's a strange man, and I don't think he treats Az very well based on things that Az says when we come over, when we talk about work, but I don't really know what to do about it. So yeah, that's my giant fucking problem. Like, high school isn't hard enough. Now I have to deal with my dad and Aziraphale. Oh, sorry, that's Az's real name. He said I'm like the only one he will let call him Az. See, he likes me. But I have to deal with them and the holidays and all that stuff coming up while I'm still trying to pass my chemistry exam. So, hey, if you have any suggestions on how to make two grown fucking men stop acting like babies, leave in the comments, would ya? Sweet. Catch you later, losers. So yeah, hey, sorry, but I actually kind of thought that would be funny to record it that way. So that's kind of what I did. Look how mad Aziraphale is. So this is going to be the next thing I try to make some videos about, and we're going to see how it turns out. There's a new challenge in Sims 4 that's called, well, okay, I forget what it's called, but it's basically an enemies to friends or enemies to lovers challenge, where you have two Sims living in the same house that have a festering grudge against each other. Here, I'll show you that. Now, the thing is that, actually, let me pause this for a second. I started this game and then I left the lot with Crowley to go build his shop. And the problem is that with this particular challenge, if you leave the lot, it thinks that you've ended the challenge. So the actual scenario in The Sims is no longer active because it thinks I beat it because I left the site. However, you will notice here we go. Let's find that big red bar. Aziraphale. Yeah, open sim profile. So what you'll notice here is, of course, that they both have 100% of a festering grudge against each other, which is how the actual scenario starts. So that's fair. Anthony is also hurt. He feels wronged by Aziraphale. So that's extra complicated. And this is my favorite part. Okay, despised. They do not like each other. They are enemies, perceived as extremely attractive. So they basically want to bang each other, but kind of hate each other. So this is kind of what we're going to be playing and to work through this. And the goal is to get them through to the Sims holidays. Try to get them at least friendly, if not together, by Winterfest. You'll see I'm halfway through fall already. And Winterfest is towards the end of winter. So I don't have a lot of time. But yeah, here's Aziraphale, and here you can see festering bitterness. Okay, so when they have that festering grudge thing, this or a red angry emotion pops up every time they're in the same room. Okay, every time they're near each other. So this is because they were in the same room. So it's not really that easy to like get them back to being friends. You know, The Sims has some ways that you can kind of like cheat it out, like taking pictures together improves your friendship. Yeah, playing chess together, doing you know, other activities together, and like we're gonna use some of that, but I'm not gonna overuse it because I really kind of want to play it out, see if we can kind of gradually get them to be friends with each other, and then, you know, realize they find each other ridiculously attractive. So that's kind of what we're going for. Aziraphale, let's see, is also, well, that's just because I cheated all their friendships together. So, sorry about that. But that's fair. And then he's bored because he's a snob, and being a snob is like the most annoying thing in the world. So here's Crowley's, yes, there's the big red bar. So let's check out Crowley's opinion on Aziraphale, and it's again the same thing: despised, enemies, perceived as extremely attractive. So, what? There's my cat. You can hear my cat. Look at that. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? Hi, Potato. Hi, Potato. So again, yeah, so here Crowley's traits are: he's creative, he's neat, and he's a music lover, which I thought would be interesting because I'm going to try to make, you know, Aziraphale leave a lot of clutter around and stuff like that. And then we go in here, Aziraphale's traits are he's a bookworm, he's a snob, and he's proper. So, you know, we're making it pretty hard for them to do anything here. Warlock here, again, this is his, yeah, okay, so he's happy, but that's because I just, like, cheated a bunch of his friendships because, yeah, so now he's friends with, Adam, Brian, Wensleydale, Pepper. He should be more friends with Newton and Atho, but I'll let that kind of go as it is. I just wanted to get the establishing relationships in place for playing this so that everybody can kind of interact appropriately. So yeah. You've seen the upstairs, you've seen the downstairs. This is the setup, this is the premise. So the goal here, of course, is to play through what would have been the scenario if I hadn't fucked it up. I didn't realize that you weren't supposed to leave a lot. And with Aziraphale wanting to be a chef, working at Gabriel's restaurant, and with Crowley owning his own little plant shop, like, that wouldn't have worked for me anyway. Having them not go off, having them not leave their house because they have to leave their house. That's kind of the whole point of this, is that they had to move in together because they're fucking broke, and so they both have to kind of have these jobs for the story to work. It's all about the story. We're all about the story. We tell stories here. So yeah, that's our setup and our supporting characters. These are all, of course, people that Crowley's met in his shop, etc. But you may not know the background, but of course, Pepper's parents are Korra and Asami from Legend of Korra. I wanted to give her lesbian parents. I think Pepper deserves that. So they are married and they live on the island. There'll be background characters in here. You know, I kind of thought that was cute. And then the parents for Wensleydale and Brian are, of course, from Final Fantasy IV. So we have Rydia, Kane, and Edge as our thruple poly parents. I wanted to have some, you know, poly representation here too, because I think that that's a kind of cool thing you can do. So, you know, each of the boys, their dad is there. I haven't actually put Rydia as the mom, but she's kind of the one that takes care of them. So that's where that came from. It's kind of one of my favorite OT3s, and so I thought just kind of having it in the background here. We're going to be spending most of our time with Aziraphale, Crowley, and Warlock. and maybe Adam. But I thought that having, you know, them in the background would just be, it's just a little thing for me, you know, just a little like, hey, here you go. So, so anyway, that's our setup. That's our world. Let me show you the world. Let me show you the world. Isn't that the opening song to the Disney thing? I don't know. Is it? I think so. I'm not sure. What do you think, Poof Poof? So I haven't really decided how I'm going to do this yet. I know that it's going to eventually turn into a fic, like a nice little human AU. But I feel like I want to play it first because The Sims can make some really funny things happen. Okay, some like just hilarious shit. And so I feel like I should play it first and then turn what I played into into the actual story. So okay, yeah. So we're having it set in Windenburg here, which I thought would be an interesting sort of setting because it has this kind of like downtown area here with a lot of things going, and then it's got, you know, a lot of natural areas too. So I thought it would just kind of be an interesting place to go. This right here is where Curly, Aziraphale, and Warlock live. This across the seat is where Auntie Anathema and Uncle Newt live with Adam. This is Brian and Wesley-Dale's house. So this is where Miss Rydia, Mr. Edge, and Mr. Kane live there with Brian and Wesley-Dale. Over here is where Pepper lives with her lesbian parents. So she lives on the island, but you know, it's not that hard to get there. And then all these houses, this one's still for sale. I'm not sure if I'm going to put anybody in there or not, but these are all just, you know, NPCs from The Sims. This is where Gabriel and Michael live. You'll notice that I've only used half their lot, and that's because I have no idea what to do with the rest of the lot. It's like the biggest fucking lot. Yeah, it's as big as this one. It's the biggest lot, and I wanted to make their house sort of just like, it's mostly human. Okay, like they're trying really hard to blend in, but they don't really know how to do people. So, you know, they've got this big backyard with a pool, and they've got a party site, and they've got places, you know, where they can host these parties and have everybody come over and just try to be like, yes, we know how to be normal people, but they really don't know how to be normal people. That's kind of the point. So I might eventually like go in and expand their backyard, start doing something with like levels and platforms, trying to make them some really, really fancy ass thing. Haven't decided that yet at all. And it's not really going to be important in the gameplay. So, you know, I decided I didn't need to spend 14 hours figuring out what to do with the other half of the lot because it would just come to me. So anyway, yeah, so our main gameplay is over here. You can see here there's like what it's surrounded by. Ancient ruins, library, nightclub, cafe, bar. It's another house I might put somebody in. I'm not sure yet. Down here there is a pool, a park, a gym. This is Curly's shop. Actually, let me go there and I will show you Curly's shop. This is Curly's shop and this is Gabriel's restaurant. So that's kind of in relation to where they live. That's sort of what's going on. So we're going to go visit Curly's shop real quick. Yeah, we'll be Curly. I'm trying to figure out how to actually get Aziraphale to work at Gabriel's restaurant without missing out on important gameplay bits. Okay, so right now, The Sims is a little bit strange with the get to work and the restaurant thing. You know, it's been flawed since it came out. All right, it doesn't really work the way that it's supposed to. And hi, Mama. More cats. So, like if I have some mods that are supposed to make it a little bit easier. So I can actually have Gabriel hire Aziraphale as a chef, but then there's no salary incoming and he doesn't have a work schedule. Just because that's the way that the mod works, because the original was just so kind of screwed up. So like, on one hand, that will be fun because Curly could go to the restaurant and Aziraphale will be cooking and you could see him there. But on the other hand, it's like, I want them to, you know, struggle through this whole being poor and, you know, working through all of that. You know, they are living together literally for the money right now because they hate each other. Hi, Mama. I know I love you too. I love you too. I kind of want to keep that feel to it, you know, and have Aziraphale making some wages instead of just kind of like having to fake him wages every day. That's going to be annoying. So what I have right now set up is Aziraphale is in the chef career, just starting out. So he goes to work and comes home at normal times, normal hours. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Aziraphale. Okay, so what I did to kind of make it work is I have Gabriel's the owner of the restaurant and he's hired 3 NPC Sims to kind of work the restaurant. So we can go there. We can go there on Aziraphale's day off. We can, you know, go visit and see kind of how things are doing, and Gabriel still owns the restaurant, and that's just kind of how it is. Then Aziraphale is working in the chef career as, I'll pause this, Curly. I don't want to lose a lot of time while I'm recording this. So Aziraphale's working in the chef career, and so he's gone on a regular schedule, etc., etc. So that's kind of, I've balanced it out like that. I'm not really sure there's a way to play multiple households where your sim can work as a chef and still get paid into their own. Like, Sims kind of assumes you're playing like one household or maybe two, so they don't really set up a lot of ways for you to actually act out that kind of thing. So there's going to be some kind of, you know, fumbling imaginary stuff in the gameplay, but it's the gameplay. We're not worried about the gameplay. So anyway, this is, let's get it up here so you can see it. This is Curly's shop. Shop greenhouse. Here's the shop, and he sells all kind of plants here in the front. Each one of these is an item for sale. We're gonna have him restock that one. Each one of these is an item for sale. These are all for sale. Everything on the shelves is also for sale. All of this. Yes, it took a long time. So there's his indoor selections, public bathroom, and he has these, you know, nice little water walls that sort of give it some extra panache, I guess. You know, he wanted it to feel nice and cool. Outside here, there's, pile of dust. God damn it. I hate when the game does that. So outside here, there's also plants for sale. The plants on the side of this building are for sale, and all of the plants here are also for sale. So like everything here is for sale. He's also growing some stuff in his greenhouse. Sorry, greenyard. Jesus Christ. You say you don't need water, but you look kind of like you're suffering. So there's also growing stuff in the greenhouse because I've noticed that you can like set berries, say, to for sale, and people will come and pick them and eat fresh fruit. So that's kind of what Curly's going to end up doing, is having flowers, fresh flowers and fresh gardening stuff that is for sale. This is his store, and in The Sims, it's kind of successful, but you know, he sold 6 items in one day. So like, if you think about it, it's really not that, it's still kind of, it's going to be rough for poor Curly. He has to take care of himself and his kid. I made him these little fountains because I thought they were fun. Okay, so obviously these are Gabriel's employees. I'm not sure why he has 3 chefs. He's not supposed to have 3. Oh, you guys are just in chef outfits. Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. But it's a formal restaurant. So here, let me pause it so I can give you the tour. It's a formal restaurant, so all of the Sims that work here have very fancy outfits, and then to come here you have to be in your formal dress. So, oh look, Michael came. Look, Michael's sitting with, I don't know who this guy is. Michael's sitting with somebody else. So this is the restaurant, and again, I wanted the restaurant to be cool looking, but I also wanted it to just be slightly off, just like slightly weird. Which I thought would be interesting by making it formal and then giving it a karaoke machine, which Gabriel likes to use all the time when Gabriel comes to work. Over here we have, 2 NPCs I don't know. Okay, and here are some other, I think these are the waiters or waitresses. Yeah, waiter. I don't know why you have 3 waiters. I don't think I gave you 3 waiters, but you notice they're all very fancy. So the waiters have to be fancy. The chefs get their normal outfit. Everybody has to wear, oh yeah, this is Curly's formal outfit. That's right. Where he's not like showing his belly. He's kind of showing off his, you know, slim figure. So yeah, the Sims automatically change into their formal outfits when they come to the restaurant. So anyway, I just wanted to show you everything that has been built in this world. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to add other characters into empty houses, or like, I'm not sure I want to add anyone else from Good Omens. I mean, I could add demons maybe, or like Tracy and Shadwell, but you know, I'm not going to use them to tell the story. The story is really about Curly and Aziraphale getting over this gigantic fight that they had and becoming friends, going, it's an Enemies to Lovers challenge play, right? So it's really about that happening. So I might do that, or I might just fill it with other NPCs from like other things that I like that'll just show up in the background. Like they'll go shop at Curly's shop, they'll go to the restaurant, they'll show up as, you know, random friends. And I thought that might kind of be a funny thing to do. Just, you know, oh, hey, look, who's that in the background? That's, you know, Carl Heisenberg from Resident Evil 8 Village. But, you know, it also takes time. And I really do want to get into playing it. I've seen a couple other playthroughs, and it's not as easy as you might think to get them to be friends again. It's the grudge thing that really... Warlock, you're cooking. Okay, that's weird. You can cook. Aziraphale, oh, you're hungry. Okay, go eat. Get yourself some leftovers, buddy. Is Warlock on the grill? Who let a 15-year-old grill? Yeah, go get some leftovers. Oh, he is on the grill. Wait, why are you making, there's like burgers right the fuck here. Okay, we're gonna take those burgers. Veggie burgers go in the fridge for us. That's cool. Who let the 15-year-old girl? Anyway, Warlock and his friends are all teens. It's more interesting to play a teen than a child in The Sims, so I kind of decided to age them up for this playthrough. Anyway, yeah, I've watched it be played a couple times, and I'm really kind of curious as to, will you please eat that instead of just continuing to cook all the time? Grab a serving, dumbass. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. You can go eat with Az, but no. Or maybe. I don't know. Okay, we'll put your food in the fridge too. Oh, they are going to eat together. That's cute. See? Warlock's plan is starting. He's trying. He's really trying. So yeah, I don't think it's really going to resolve itself as fast because when you have those two sentiments competing against each other, every time they see each other, they set each other off. Okay, so you kind of lose the ability to do any of the, a lot of the, not any, but a lot of the friendly socializations. A lot of them backfire because they get mad just when they're in the same company. So, like I said, there are some ways that you can kind of cheat that bar a little bit, but I'm not really sure. I want to use a lot of that because I just kind of want to see what's going to happen. Playing it straight. If we're starting to get close to Winterfest and things aren't happening, then, oh my god, Warlock, you have school. Go to bed. Jesus Christ. Go to sleep. And you have work. Why are you all dumb? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, as Warlock said, catch you later, losers.